Distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends, thank you for joining us today for this roundtable discussion on the AI-fication of early childhood, impacts of a frictionless world on development. The French philosopher Rousseau once observed that patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. And in the age of artificial intelligence, where connectivity, communication, and cognition seem seamless, we find our critical thinking at stake. Growth in humanity is at times a story of adversity. Thus, perhaps at this juncture of human history, we must systematically engineer patience into existence. This is ever more imperative for children who, in their first few years of development, are made to grapple with the discovery of a new world around them. To understand what is at stake, consider this remarkable fact. Homo sapiens are born uniquely helpless. A foal walks within hours, a dolphin swims immediately, but a human infant, incapable of speaking, walking, or even holding its own head, biologists call this secondary artificiality, the state of being born deliberately dependent. This is not the design flaw, but the Creator's deliberate wisdom, where human beings are hardwired for relationships. It is in the first few years of life that the I is mainly formed through the you. However, the mediated environment for children today differ very much from generations before. AI systems, be it through AI-driven toys or algorithmically curated content, risk disrupting the primordial dialogue that makes us human. This is not merely one-way communication with the television. These are adaptive systems designed to respond and aid children, but at the possible cost of upending the brain's developmental architecture that learns to address human emotions from interactions with caregivers or to harness patience when reward has to be earned. The brain matures from the back to the front. This tells us that social emotional development is the foundation upon which all cognitive architecture is built. I will leave the granular details to our researcher, who will shortly present findings on the neuro and developmental science that illuminates exactly why these years are so critical and why the frictionless world poses such a profound risk to the brain's developmental architecture. She will show us that by age 5 or 6, the scaffolding of the human mind is largely complete. Malaysia today stands at an important juncture. As the country advances conversations on AI, governance, and legislation, including the upcoming AI governance bill, we must also ask what kind of developmental ecosystem we are building for the next generation. Discussions on AI often focus on productivity, competitiveness, and economic transformation. But we must ourselves not lose our humanity to become machines that malfunctions in the midst of adversity. We must craft policies and design systems which build emotionally grounded, socially capable, and psychologically resilient human beings, rather than cripple growth with lost developmental opportunities. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the question is not whether our children should embrace AI. They inevitably will. The question is, what should remain irreducibly human in early childhood? As the architects of a nation's future, this roundtable seeks the aspiration of Malaysia as an AI nation in 2030, where Malaysia demonstrates regional leadership, not just through technological adoption, but also in technological wisdom. The Institute of Strategic and International Studies Malaysia, ISIS Malaysia, and the Center for Responsible Technology, CERT, is pleased to welcome you to this roundtable, and I look forward to your contributions and the outcome of the workshop. Thank you.